Hello, everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. I am currently blurry. Let's see if we can fix that. There we go. I am Agni James, and tonight we are going to be playing some chess. We're going to be doing a very peaceful, relaxing guided meditation because that's what I do here. That's the primary focus of these streams. I try to bring meditation to the world. So yeah, we'll be doing that. Maybe a little chakra balancing later on, and yeah, we'll have some good discussion. So, welcome. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone's doing well. Uh, I got to wait a little while for my earphones to charge, for my headphones to charge. Right now they're not charged, so I don't have my good mic in because of some tech issues. So I'll switch over to that for the guided meditation. But anyways, yeah, today was a pretty good day. I got a lot accomplished. It was one of those days where you just run around and you have a ton of things to do, and you just get everything done, right? You just have like a list and you knock off. You check off everything on the list. You knock off an X, you knock off another X. You just keep knocking off the X's. I had to buy I had to buy a bunch of things, run a bunch of errands, that kind of thing. And it's Friday the 13th, which is pretty neat, right? Just pretty neat. I ordered a holistic sleep supplement, so we'll see. I went to a naturopath, and he said that there's this holistic sleep supplement called. Let me see if I can find it right here. Circadian PM. Circadian PM calming sleep formula, and he's very enthusiastic about the benefits of this. He says it will help me get better sleeps because I don't get good sleeps. A lot of people out there don't get good sleeps, and it's those of you who don't get good sleeps know how annoying it is, right? You know how frustrating it is, and it can actually lead to all sorts of issues, from mental health issues to physical issues to just to being tired, obviously, right? If you're not getting plenty of sleep. So, yeah, there's all that. But yeah, so that's been today. Ignorant, hey, good to see you, friend. How are you doing, my trusty mod? How's life with you? How's the universe going in your world these days? Hope everything is well with you, brother. All right, well, we're gonna hop into it. We're gonna start with some chess. We're gonna get into some chess, and then we'll probably just jump into some meditation. So let's just play some chess right now. All right. So yeah, I play. I've been playing on Elite Chess, just random opponents, anonymous. All right, you should all be able to see that. You can. So now we go. Let's do it. This is uh, this is the Queen's Gambit. If he takes, it's Queen's Gambit accepted. If he declines, like he did, it's Queen's Gambit declined. All right, this is all standard stuff. Very standard here. Nothing out of the ordinary. All right, this is all standard stuff. All right, here I'll take. All right. Yeah, this is all just basic. Where do I want my dark square bishop? There's always the question. I'm gonna play a very closed system. Bishop out to d2. Nothing special. Just very basic closed system. I don't know. I usually put my bishop up here on f4 and get this c5 pawn advanced in and try to gain some space, but I'm not really feeling it today. I'm not feeling that. We're gonna do what's called fianchetto or fianchetto my bishop, right? So I'm looking at getting my bishop to this diagonal. He might push in like this, and maybe then I'll hop the knight over, or maybe down here. Let's see, where do I want my knight? Oh, I see. Then he's looking at hopping in here probably. All right. I could reroute my knight here and then back up to f4. So that will be my idea. He'll probably hop in here, maybe go after my dark square bishop, which is all fine. I'm prepared to castle. I'm one move away from castling. He's two moves because he's got to remove his dark square bishop to castle. All right, let's see. So he's trying to lock down the structure, which is fine. What am I going to do now? It's going to castle. Complete development. He'll probably bring his dark square bishop out. Oh yeah, he's going in for my bishop. He wants my dark square bishop. I don't care if he takes my dark square bishop currently. It's not really that big of a deal. This queen needs to get active though. That's something. Maybe I should, don't want to break it open yet. All right, I'm going to create an imbalance. So the idea is now he takes, I take. I'm going to have this pawn in his territory, but I will have what's called doubled pawns, which is when you have two pawns on the same file. All right, so there's that. I take, and then I can pre-move this, assuming he takes. And then I'm going to, the idea is I'm going to play f4 and kind of lock down and try to attack on this, this side right here. Also notice if he pushes this pawn, there's going to be a problem because my bishop is eyeing that square. All right, let's see. What do I do now? If I push and he pushes, I just win a pawn. Let's go with it. Okay. Oh, there's this. There's this. Okay, so now I have to take, obviously, because my queen is hanging. He'll capture with the bishop. Then I capture here. And after all is said and done, I have a pretty strong center, which is cool. I'm eyeing this, this h7 square. I need to get my knight to a better square. I need to get my rooks developed. And that's the name of the game for me right now. Oh, all right. I'm gonna force him to go uncastled. So now he blocks with the bishop. I take, he takes, then I can come over here, start harassing his king, check, start creating some attacks. See, he never castled, which is a problem. When you don't castle in chess, it can be a bit of an issue. Let's see how this all plays out. This is actually a pretty cool pawn right here. It's going to be supported with this f4 push. Okay, so he just moved. That's interesting. He just moved his king. All right, well, wasn't expecting that. Now I'm going to, what am I going to do here? Let's go for development. Let's see. I don't want to spend too long. I don't want to spend too long thinking about everything right now. I'm down to 5:58 on the clock, and this is a good diagonal for my rook. I'm looking at getting the a rook to c1. This knight needs a good square, so maybe I'm gonna have to reroute the knight. Yeah, he's got that pinning this pawn to the king, right? So I can't push that. Okay. Yeah, this knight needs a new home. Here, here. Let's just get my my other rook developed. Okay, he's attacking my knight, like I thought he might. So now we just jump in here. He might go in for trades. He might just like swing a rook over here or here, and try to trade some material, which is interesting. Okay, I love that he did that, because now my knight has a great square. It's going to be hopping in here. So that's pretty cool, I think. But there might be an issue. I hop over. He comes after targeting this pawn. Then if I hop in here, he can just take the pawn. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. He can't come here because I have this tactic. It's called a fork, double attack, attacking the king and that piece. So let's come on over here. So I have a great square for my knight to hop into. I'm looking at hopping right in here. And if he tries this idea, I'm going to win material because of check. And then he'll have to move the king somewhere, and then I'll take the bishop. All right, cool. So he created a weakness in his position. And remember, this is all because he did not castle. He did not castle. All right, so now he's trying to resolve the issue. Now that fork won't work. So let's simply hop in. I'm eyeing this pawn now, right? This rook was here and it was defending the pawn, and it no longer is. So I'm not looking to take right here. So we'll see about that. I have 3 pieces on D7 right now, which is kind of neat. It's always good to have 3 pieces on D7. Okay, take. You might go after this bishop. You know, like something like this, which is fine. Then I'll just drop back. Maybe here. A4. Or I could even come all the way back to, like, you know, somewhere on this diagonal. So far this game has been pretty tame. Not a ton going down. It's been a pretty tame game. I have this rook idea, checking the king. Like, this is actually a little bit problematic. Then his king will have to run over here. And then I could just drop back and I'll have fork ideas hitting his king and his rook. Those you don't know, rooks are 5 points and knights and bishops are 3 points. Okay, so he did that idea. All right, so I'm gonna go in with this very aggressive move now. This is a nice aggressive move. Check. So he's gonna run over there. All right, and then I'm going to come back. Where should I drop back to? Let's drop back to here. Okay, now the threat is I have a fork checking the king and the rook, so I'd win the rook. So he's going to have to do something to prevent that. I'm also eyeing his h5 pawn. All right, so he didn't see the fork, so now I'm just going to win material. Okay, hitting both of these pieces. This is a double attack called the fork. He's going to have to move his king somewhere. Wherever he moves his king, then I'm going to win the rook. I'm also on his bishop now, which is kind of cool. If he takes here, then I just take the bishop. He's going to have to move his bishop, so where is he going to move his bishop to? I would say probably here. I think this is, yeah, that's his only square that he's got. All right, now I'm going to throw another punch at the bishop. He's got to move the bishop again. He doesn't have any good squares. Yes, now he's got to force trades, so take. And now I win the pawn, and now I have a rook and a knight, and he just has this lone bishop. I'm up material. I'm up a lot of material. So this should be a game I can win No problem, which is good. It's good to win every now and then, right? Sometimes you want to win at chess. And happy Friday the 13th, everyone, if it's still that time in your time zone. So I take there. I didn't want to give him any ideas of breaking through here by not taking. He really can't do much at this point. It's just a matter of me cleaning things up. So let's get my knight developed, defend the pawn. His bishop was attacking my undefended pawn. Well, my rook was defending it also as well. But now I have the freedom to move my rook up. Let's say he decides to push this pawn like here or here. All right, well, he didn't, but okay. This is kind of neat. Hop in here. He doesn't have a ton of good squares for his king. Can't go here. Yep, he's got to just go right back to where he came from. Okay, now I'm gonna push ahead, forge ahead. If he takes, I take, and I'll have a nice pawn chain right here, pawn structure. If he throws his check in, now he could throw this check in, which doesn't mean anything. Then it means I get to advance my king, which is nice. All right, he's going after, he's attacking my knight, so let's just get my knight deployed over to c6. Okay, let's get my king in the action. At the beginning of the game, you want to keep your king safe and castled, but later in the game, you want to keep your king defended. I'm looking at getting to this square, and I'll be able to force his king off there. So basically, check. Now he's got to get off that square. Then I can get my king in there, which is important. There we go. Now notice he has a dark square bishop, so he can never go after any of my pieces that are in light squares. So that's a really important thing to note. I'm looking at this kind of push with check. All right, I'm looking at just pushing through. And this should be a pretty clean win, unless I blunder, which happens sometimes. All right. Now if he takes, I'm going to have a fork here and I'm going to win his bishop. So let's see what he does. Okay, he did not take. He wants the closed system. He saw the tactical shot. Okay, so now let's get my knight deployed to a better square. I'm looking at getting this pawn push in. I might want to play rook to d7 as well. Okay, that's a good move. Not bad. Let's just do this. I'm on his bishop. He's going to have to move his bishop. He's really only got one square to move it to, so he's gonna go there, and then now I can do something kind of cool. I can check the king. King's got to run over. Then I can check again and pick off this pawn, and that's what's going to happen. Notice the pawn's protecting the rook, so now he's got to run either here or here, and then I just come on over here. And now these two pawns, yeah, now he resigned. These two pawns are gonna match. All right, I'll rematch this guy. That was fun. How's everyone doing in chat, by the way? How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. Hope life is going good for you all. Yeah, it's been a good day. Today's been all right. Okay, so he's gonna push this, then I'm gonna take, and then I'm gonna develop. Well, no. Here in this situation, I actually play this. This is the pawn break I want to get in. Okay, so he's playing this line. Develop my knight. This knight's going to be coming on over here, and then probably redeployed to f5. This light square bishop's a little bit of an issue, but not too bad. Let's just castle. Keep things simple. I want to get this break in eventually. I'm going to get this pawn break in eventually. All right. Maybe now is the time. This might be the time for that. pawn break. It's slightly weakening, but not too bad. Let's just hop in here first. If he takes, I take with my light square bishop. Notice also I have two knights attacking this pawn, right? And he's only got one defender, which is kind of cool. Now he's got two defenders. The queen is a defender. All right, so he still hasn't castled. This guy doesn't like to castle. That was his problem last game. All right, so let's push out. This is the pawn break I've been wanting to get in. Notice the tension between these two pawns. By the way, I'm going to be giving a chess lesson on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Central Time. You should all show up. I'm going to be giving it to a phenomenal yoga streamer. Her name is Evelyn Yoga. All right, that's huge for me that I was able to get this pawn break in. All right, so now the question is how to recapture. I recapture like this. Now he'll probably castle now. Otherwise, ooh, okay, I get this in-between move that I get to throw in here first. No, then he just, yeah. Hold on a second. Let's see if this works. I throw the in-between move in, check. Then if he drops back, I can push here. Yeah, I think this looks good. This looks good. So check. Okay. Now I take. Move order is crucial in chess. And by the way, this doesn't count as a defender of this pawn because it's pinned to the king. Okay, so now he castles. Okay, so and now how do I want to play this? The problem with playing bishop to g4 is that he can always give me a kick, and if I back up, he can come forward and win my bishop. All right, let's get my bishop deployed to this square. And now if he takes, I take, and then I'm looking at pushing in. I'm going to be exerting a lot of pressure on the king side. And hopefully I can break through. That's the idea at least. Okay, so take. I'm on the knight. He's going to have to reposition. This pawn push is coming, and I'm going to have 3 attackers on this pawn. He's only going to have 2 defenders, so I should be able to do something unless he can come up with getting another defender there, which I don't think he can. Also when this pawn push comes, this bishop's going to be an attacker too. So I should be able to win this pawn. What I'm looking at is this idea right here. Then I take, if he takes the knight, because I take here, maybe I'm on the rook. There's that kind of cool idea. Looks like I'm going to win a pawn here. All right, so now he just moved the knight out of the way. All right, I have 2 pieces. Oh, he went over there. All right, so now I have 3 pieces attacking that pawn. Notice how his knight is kind of boxed out. It can't go anywhere. It can't go here. Yeah, now he just gave it a flight score to go to. All right, but I have 3 pieces attacking this pawn, so I'm just going to simply win material. A lot of times in chess, you just want to win material if you can. And here I can just win a pawn. It's going to give me a good advantage. Now the question is, do I take with the bishop or the queen? I'm actually going to take with the queen and convert this into an endgame. If he takes, okay. Well, he's got this check. Ooh, I didn't see that. It's a nice, and it's a nice fork too. All right, cool. I need to get out of this check, so question is, how do I do it? Oh, but I'm going to be on this pawn, so I'm okay actually. And yeah, he's going to win this pawn. I think I actually bring this rook over, attack the queen, and then really load up. Yeah, now he's just defending it. Doesn't do much. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to push. Simple. It's simple, straightforward, defends the pawn, right? I now have a defended pawn. He's doing a smart thing. He's trying to reposition his knight. Okay, now let's get my rooks active. My rooks are not doing a tremendous amount right now. but I want them active. I would love to get some rooks over here, actually. So let's go ahead with that idea. All right. Getting the rooks active. See what he does. Okay, so he's doing some good stuff. His knight's in a very strong position right now. His knight's actually a very, very strong piece currently. Okay, my dark square bishop is not really doing much right now, which is kind of problematic. But that's just part of life. He could always hop in here and attack my queen and my bishop, which is also something I got to keep an eye on. I think I'm going to play this first. I like this idea. He takes, I take with check. All right, let's go ahead with this idea. He takes, I take with check, and I'm hitting the queen, so then he'll be forced to trade. And then my rook will be on a better square, and yeah, remember, I'm up a pawn. When you're up materially, you want to trade down. I mean, it's just one pawn, but I'm pretty good at endgames, so I should be able to just swindle. Notice I'm also breaking down the defense around his king. That's the idea behind this move. If he plays this straight out, it's not going to work because I have pawn takes f7 with check. That's the key. This would be hitting with check. Otherwise, this would be brutal. And my rook wouldn't want to take because the queen would recapture, and the rooks are 5 points, and knights are only 3 points. All right, so he went in for the mistake. So he made a mistake. This hits with check. He forgot about that. Okay, he takes with the rook. Now, let's see. His rook is pinned. He's on this bishop. How do I play this now? Or maybe I forgot about it. Let's see. I mean, he's going to get my dark square bishop, which is not the end of the world actually in this position. This rook I think needs to get active. Oh no! That was a mouse slip. Oh, come on. I just mouse slipped. Oh, that's terrible. That is just absolutely terrible. I meant to right click. Oh, God. That's really frustrating. Yeah, mouse slips do happen, everyone. You know, that's just part of the game. Okay, well, his rook cannot take my rook, but he'll probably just do this and defend. That's really lousy. That is really, really frustrating to have that kind of a situation. All right, so let's see. Let's throw this in here. Oh, then he's got a mate threat down here. Actually, this is unbelievably bad. I should just leave at this point. I should totally leave at this point. Is there any kind of tricks or tactics I can do? That's what I'm looking at. He's got this check. I would have to block with the bishop. It'd basically be mate. He's also hitting the rook. God, that is so bad. It is mouse slips. Mouse slips are really ugly. Obviously, I can't even bring the rook back because of the knight. I don't know why I left click there. For some reason I decided that this is the right time to left click. I don't have anything here. So I'm going to resign. I should have resigned after the mouse slip, but I wanted to see if I had anything there. Okay, so yeah, that's how you lose a chess. That's how you lose a chess. All right. Okay, we are going to do a guided meditation now. So let me fix the camera first. It's a little blurry. Let's deactivate and then activate. There we go. We have a nice crisp image, and I can use. I can switch over to my mic because my headphones are. My headphones are going to be better. Before they were all messed up because they were out of battery. Oh, we got the Buddhist chant playing. Okay, that's going to come on in a minute. We're actually going to do that in a minute. So it's time for meditation. Let's edit stream info. We'll get rid of the chest part. Okay, and let's get the new mic, the better mic in the action. There we go. Now let me make sure it switched over. Here we go. Apply. Testing. All right, we're good. We got the new mic. Yeah, doesn't my voice sound way better? My voice sounds way better with this, with an actually a good mic, which is the case, which is what it should be. All right, we're gonna take a 2-minute break, and then I'm gonna come back and we are going to do some meditation. This is why I do these streams. All right, let's. I'll be back in 2 minutes. All right. I am back. I'm Agni James, and I am back, and we are going to meditate. This is one of the most important things you can do in your life, meditation. When you meditate, you get mental clarity, you become more grounded, more stable, you go within, you delve within to the place of love and oneness and joy inside, and you can reevaluate things in your life. You can kind of prioritize and think about what's important, via the mechanism of self-reflection. So, that's what we do here. We meditate. Okay, so I always come out here with a lot of energy and intensity. Today, not so much, but typically I do. And then we slow things down and come to a place of peace and love within us. Hey, Taylor Jade, how's it going? You say, Agni, how you been, sir? Well, look at this. Look at the development, Taylor. The beard is much different. It is much different. Last time you were here, the beard was down to here. Now it's down to here. So on the day of New Year's Eve, I was eating, and my beard was like it was just unruly. It was going all over the place. It was like getting in my mouth, and it was just getting really annoying. And I couldn't take it. So I went in the bathroom and just chopped it off. I just chopped off the beard just like that. So yeah, this is me without the beard. I'm gonna grow it out to a certain extent. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna grow it out as long as it was before. But yeah, I needed a change. I wanted to mix things up for 2023. So the beard is gone. The beard is gone. Let's see. You knew it. You said you zoomed in and was like, wait, what? It's gone. Oh, thanks. Yeah, much appreciated. Taylor's still looking fresh. Yeah. You know, it's good. It's good to mix things up every while, right? With appearance, you don't want to always have the exact same, hairstyle or beard or whatever, right? If you can mix things up, it's a good idea to do so. So. That's why I did it. But yeah, it's good to see you around. How's everything been with you? How have you been these days? How's Alex doing too? Yeah, I've been pretty good. I have a very high hopes for 2023. I feel like it's going to be a good year. I think we need a good 2023, and I think we're going to have it. So yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, Taylor is a streamer here on Twitch. Check her out. She does all sorts of streaming. Not so. I haven't seen you stream very recently, but I always love it when you and Nope Just Evil stream. See, things have been great. More traveling coming up. Ooh, hopefully out the country. Nice, yeah, that would be really cool. You should do a travel stream. I enjoy your travel streams. The weather has been wild in Cali. Yeah, I mean the weather has been very mild in Chicago actually. I mean right now it's a little bit chilly, I guess. It's like maybe, I don't know, 30 degrees or so Fahrenheit. But a couple days ago I was outside. It was in the 50s. Having 50-degree weather in January is insane in Chicago. Right? That just doesn't happen very often. So yeah, it's been pretty refreshing to have that nice mild weather. And yeah, weather's been pretty crazy where you live. It's been fluctuating a lot. Taylor, you say, haha, yeah, Alex takes over your streams now. Oh, okay. He's been playing Fall Guys. You jump in and just talk to chat. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've never played that, but that's cool that he's been doing that. I haven't caught one of his streams recently either, but I haven't been on Twitch as much lately. I haven't been doing it. As much. I also haven't been streaming as much. I've been streaming probably, maybe twice a week or so, as opposed to like 5 times a week, right? And my streams have been shorter lately too. My last stream was, I've been streaming like maybe like an hour and a half max these days. I kind of go in and do the guided meditations and then just get out. Let's see. Taylor, you say, yeah, your car has been feeling like a boat with this rain. Yeah, right? Yeah, things are pretty crazy in the world right now with weather. Everything's kind of been all messed up. When you got the notification for you had to jump in and say, well, thank you so much, Taylor. Yeah, I appreciate it. I always appreciate you popping in. You have such good energy. You're an athlete. You're a fellow athlete, and I love when athletes hop in. It's important. It's important to remember that you can be an athlete and still do things like meditation, right? A lot of people think, oh, athletes are just nothing but, they do nothing but, external things, like, jumping, running, diving, all those things, right? Throwing, catching, right? But athletes can also, do meditation and stuff like that, right? There's nothing to say you can't, right? So welcome. We're actually starting the meditation right now. We're gonna hop into that. But I'm glad you popped in and said hi. Yeah, meditation is great. It's definitely helped improve the overall quality of my life. It's helped me in many ways. Mental health issues wise, it's helped me. It's helped me focus more too in athletics and whatever sport I'm doing. If you can have a clear mind, you can focus much better, right? You probably know that from sports. And then in all other areas, it's beneficial. Let's see. You're even learning to try it when you're doing your ice baths. Yeah, I love that you're doing ice baths. That's so cool.
It's helpful. It's super helpful to do that kind of stuff. They say they're great for your immune system. They do the cryotherapy now, where you go in and you just like freeze for like a minute or two, right? They have one of the places right down the street from me. I know. I learned about it because LeBron James's mom was doing it, and then LeBron started doing it. And I was like, dude, this thing sounds pretty cool. What is this, right? And like, I like the feeling of cold. I like going in that cold. I mean, you feel, it's intense, right? But you can use mind over matter and get over it, and you feel good and refreshed. And then when you get out, you feel amazing. So it's a pretty cool thing, and it's been shown to totally jack up your immune system and boost it up and makes you feel strong and healthy. Taylor, you say, yeah, he has one in his house now. Yeah, LeBron probably does, and LeBron's actually, he was also big into something that I was big into, Bikram yoga. I did a ton of hot yoga, over the years, 11 years. I actually just recently stopped doing it because the studio near my house closed. But I was having some lower back issues from some of the stuff that I've been doing for forever, but yeah, prior to that, 11 years I did that, and he was also a big advocate of hot yoga. So it's pretty cool when athletes who are in tip top shape are doing some of the same stuff you do. It's kind of validating, right? Because obviously LeBron knows what's healthy. He knows what workouts are going to be good and what things are going to help him. So it was cool to find out that he was doing. I think your boy Kobe was doing yoga, right? I think Kobe was into yoga. Like a lot of athletes actually have gotten into yoga, which is pretty neat to think about. Like 30 years ago, I don't know if any professional athletes were doing yoga. Like, can you imagine like a football player doing yoga 30 years ago? I mean, that just wouldn't be the case, or even a basketball player or someone like that, right? But nowadays, like, I think a lot of top sports athletes have gotten into yoga, which is awesome. It totally increases your flexibility, your focus, your balance. It's great for balance. So yeah, it's pretty cool that they've picked it up. Yoga used to only be this weird esoteric thing that was done in the East, right? By some guru, and now like we have amazing athletes doing yoga. Taylor, you say a lot of NFL players who even do ballet. Yeah, right. Absolutely. And they've been doing that for a long time. That's actually a common thing to help with footwork and help with balance. I mean, you need balance in any sport. In any sport, balance is so crucial, right? And ballet is just incredible. I've never done ballet. But I have a lot of respect for people that do engage in that activity. There's actually a restaurant in Boston that in order to be, it's one of the top 10 restaurants, I believe, in the world. It was rated like something in the top 10 in the world, right? And every single staff member, like every single server and busboy and every single person that works there, in order to work there, you had to go to ballet school for a week, and you had to do like a week of ballet, such that your movements were very fluid. Like you're carrying the platters out there. You're to serve people, right? And they're orchestrating their movements and their footwork as if it's like a performance. And so you have this amazing dining experience, in addition to phenomenal meals, right? So that's pretty cool. That was pretty cool when I found out about that. One of my buddies went to this restaurant and was telling me about it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, that's a pretty awesome experience. I've never gotten to see that before. Taylor, you say you still remember the feet position, LL, but you had too much energy for ballet. Yeah, you're like me. You're a high energy person. I get it. Like I couldn't. When I was 5, I tried learning piano. Right? It's like I can't sit there and learn piano as a 5-year-old. I wanted to be up moving. I wanted to be running around doing stuff. I couldn't just sit there and like practice. That sounded like torture to me. Right? High energy people, have a hard time sitting still when we're young, right? But yeah, you said you had too much energy for ballet. You would start hanging on the beams and swinging around. You got kicked out of this popular ballet company. Yeah, right? Because you want to be moving your body, and you don't want to just. It's tough. It's tough as a especially as a youngster to get into those kind of things. You say, haha, me too. You begged mom for the drums instead of piano. Yeah, yeah, right. I I would have loved drums as a kid. But parents typically don't like the kids learning drums, because you're so goddamn loud all the time. Parents like, man, I'm hearing banging like constantly. Everything's loud, 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 right? They'd rather, but pianos are pretty loud too, though. I will say that. I will say that it's not like pianos are pretty are quiet. But drums would have been probably more my style. Piano, it's just sitting there like, do 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 do. I don't know. I can't do that as a 5-year-old. We compromised with drums and violin. Nice. So you got some drums and violin. That's a cool combo. In fact, in a lot of the heavy, I'm big into heavy metal, and in a lot of the bands I like, a lot of the metal bands I like, they incorporate orchestral elements such as violins and violas and things like that into their metal, and it adds such a beautiful flavor to the music. When you're listening to like really really rough intense music, and then you have the balance with the beautiful violin and cellos and whatnot. It just adds. It's just a really nice combination. I like when bands mix in a lot of different elements of different instruments and different things like that. Like Opeth. Yeah, they have orchestral vibes. They totally do. Opeth is amazing. They're actually one of my faves. They're one of my faves. I love Opeth. They're great. Now you got me thinking about them. I actually haven't listened to them in a while. But they're good. They're solid. Alex would know more. He's been teaching you more metal. Yeah, Alex knows metal. Yeah, I remember. I think the last time he popped in, I was wearing a Gorguts shirt. It's a Canadian metal band, and they're really hard, but they're Buddhist. It's that one of the albums they came out with called Colored Sands was Buddhist metal, and he recognized the shirt immediately, and he knew about Gorguts, so that was pretty cool. And they do a lot of touring. I'm sure they come through Cali all the time. They come through Chicago every now and then. They come to all the big cities in the U.S. They're legit. They're not like some garage band. But yeah, it's pretty cool that there's some Buddhist metal out there. All right, well, let's do some meditation. So yeah, I always come out, intense, full of energy, and then we slow things down, and we come to the place of peace, love, and joy within us. Nice, yeah. Yeah, we'll check that out sometime, Taylor. So find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged. Or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that's comfortable for you. And then gently close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths on your own. I have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every 2 seconds. And you can use it to help regulate your breath count. So take a few more slow and deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, slowly lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your breath calms your body, and your body calms your mind. Be mindful of your breath count. Visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountain peak. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds float together and merge into one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds float through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being and exist for a while in conscious awareness before disappearing from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit. Keep your attention on your breathing. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your focus to your breath count. Your essence is love. your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening in them the memory of their own inner light. And once they remember, they will shine their light on others. And the process will continue until all of humanity is glowing radiantly again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye sight. Stay focused on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds moving through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your awareness to your breathing. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which hinders your evolution. Keep your attention on your breath. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love emanating from this location. And the warmth which surrounds your love. Experience the perfect peace residing here. And the joy which accompanies it. In this place of perfect monism, all is one. And fear cannot enter this location. For this place is eternally filled with love. And what is eternally filled with love can never contain anything else. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego, which blocks your third eye vision. Stay true to your breathing. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds moving through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your awareness to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of consciousness. All the way down to your center point. Feel the love residing here. In this place of non-duality. Separations and division cannot exist here. And no boundaries can reside in this place. For at your center point, all is one. And that which is eternally one can never be anything else. Inhale, focusing on your center point. Exhale, maintaining your awareness on your center. Breathe in, observing your center point. Breathe out, keeping your attention on your center. While you're looking at your center point, when you're ready, travel through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, at your center point, you remember your true identity. At your center, you recall how you came to be. Here, at your center point, you remember your divine purpose. Which is to spread love and light to all of those whom you encounter. Bypassing all ego dynamics, you share your love with their love. Realizing your love is identical to their love. Your foundational essence is the same. In this place, you reunite with the source of all creation. Being love, you flow eternally from this source. Awakening the memory of love within each individual that you encounter. For you are both that perfect love. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your body. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all fear from your mind. Gently open your eyes and return to the present moment, bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this sacred space with me. I am honored and humbled to be here with you as your meditation guide. I hope you all feel more peace and relaxation after this meditation. I hope you feel more centered and grounded. And I hope you're able to take the peace and love of this meditation with you into the world and share it with all those whom you encounter. All right. How was that for everyone? Let's see. That was a 34-minute meditation. Cool. That's about average. That's about average for the time we do meditations here. Typically, I fluctuate between 33 minutes and 37 minutes, depending on what's going on, depending on the vibe. 34 minutes is perfect. Yeah, JT, you enjoyed it. Excellent. It's so good. It's so good that you were able to pop in. I know you're working, and it's always awesome when you're able to pop in, even if just for a moment. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully we can do that thing on Sunday that we were talking about, where we do the guest star stream. We gotta prepare, because Evelyn Yoga is gonna be here Tuesday night. I want to prepare. Yeah, night, JT. It was great seeing you. And Taylor, thank you so much for popping in. The no fear is awesome. I love it. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. When we allow ourselves to be afraid, bad things happen. We recoil or we attack. Right? Think about it. We have different ways to respond to fear. Right? If we're afraid, there's flight or fight. Right? Those are two of the natural ways. And then there's also just I don't know, avoidance. Right? That's another method. People do all sorts of stuff when they're afraid, but in meditation, we don't allow fear to enter. We go into that place of love, and we remember that there is no fear. And thank you. Who was it? It was Forensiki. Thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. My name is Agni James. I primarily stream guided meditations here on Twitch. I'm also a chess instructor, IRL, so I do chess streams. Like I played a couple games at the beginning of this stream, and I do chess lessons. I'm going to be doing a chess lesson Tuesday night to a fellow yogi, so that will be pretty cool. So Tuesday night, Central Time, 9 p.m. Check it out if you are interested in chess. And then I also do my philosophy streams because I have a master's in philosophy, so I like to focus in on metaphysics, philosophy of mind, and philosophy of science. Lately, I've been pretty interested in identity, in the philosophy of identity, and what it means to identify with something. I think that's a really neat concept. And I'm not talking just about in like a gender specific way, but more foundational even than that. You know, like what it means to actually for X to actually be equal to X, you know, for X. I mean, X is that's law of identity, right? But I'm just focusing in on what identity means, right? The more foundational aspects of it. Okay, so that is good. We've been streaming for an hour and a half, and I'm pretty satisfied with that stream. I think it went well. So now we always see who's out there in the Twitch world. And we spread the love because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Spreading love and light to those around us and trying to just be nice people. You know, it's hard when we're tired or sick or lonely or hungry, right? It's hard to be kind human beings. But you know, we do what we can. All right, so here's the raid sign. If you're a subscriber, copy and paste it. If not, just spread some love to the streamers way who we are going to raid. Oh, okay, cool. Ninera is streaming. I very rarely get to raid Ninera, so we're going to raid Ninera. She's awesome. She's a lot of fun. She's someone who's come a long way. She had a major weight issue, and she has lost like over like 100 pounds or 200 pounds, something crazy. And she got her certification for stretching. She's been working out every day. She's someone who is been going all in on trying to reclaim their life and reclaim their health. And she's into meal prep. She does all sorts of amazing things. She's just a wonderful human being. She's also the nicest person you're ever going to meet. She hangs out with Celtsy a lot. So. And Celtsy is a fitness streamer, so we're gonna give her a big raid. So send your love to Ninera, and she's doing strange horticulture right now, which is kind of cool. That's pretty neat. All right, thank you all again so much for being here with me and sharing this space, and I love you all unconditionally. Be nice to the people around you. Bye.